Hello, I am Sumant Mali, Technical Marketing Engineer in Cisco's Enterprise Routing Business Unit. The Catalyst 8500 Series H platforms were purpose-built for the next generation WAN aggregation architectures. Today I am going to introduce you to the user-centric design elements that helps the Catalyst 8500 Series H platforms deliver the best operational experience. Before we get to the user-centric elements, let's have a quick look at why the Catalyst 8500 platforms are highly capable enterprise routing platforms. Starting with the integrated rich services are supported from day one, such as NBAR, NAT, Firewall, QoS, and Layer 4 to Layer 7 services. From the scale point of view, these platforms can aggregate up to 8,000 SD-WAN tunnels. When it comes to the multi-layer security, all built-in interfaces support WAN MACsec, while the high-performance IPsec provides great throughput for Layer 3 encryption. Trustworthy solutions keep ensuring the authenticity of the hardware and software. We also have edge compute capability with a dedicated one core available for hosting IOX applications in the form of containers and virtual machines. We do have a vManage and DNS center type of controller-driven architectures possible. A quick look at the three SKUs that are delivered as part of the 8500 family as of now. The C8500 12x4QC platform that you see in the top end offers 4 QSFP ports with 2 ports possible to be configured in 40GB or 100GB mode. We do have 12 SFP plus ports on both the 8500 top end platforms, the 8500 12x4QC as well as 8500 12x, to offer high density 10GB services. These SFP plus ports can also operate in 1GB mode with the help of 1GB transceivers being used in that particular port. On the lower end, we do have 8500L platform, which is C8500L 8S4X SKU in the bottom, which offers 8 SFP interfaces for 1GB capacity and offers 4 SFP plus interfaces. The Catalyst 8500 family is built in with the Trust Anchor module, which is hardware level root of the trust. It authenticates and provides immutable device identity. In step 1, as you see in the picture, and step 2, the microloader from the Trust Anchor module chip establishes secure boot function to ensure only authentic and unmodified Cisco software boots up on the platform. It mitigates the advanced persistent threats, physical possessions, and part replacement attacks. The image signing solution has a digitally signed Cisco software that protects against insertion of counterfeit and tampered software, as you see here in step 3. You might be noticing the SHA matching that happens after the device image is being booted and on the console, and that's where the image signing checks are happening. In step 4, the cryptographically signed images ensure the software is authentic and unmodified. That's where the router is booted with the genuine Cisco software at step 4. In step 5 and step 6 depicts the usability of capabilities for runtime defenses to protect running the devices from attacks that change the product software execution. So runtime defenses is also where the Trust Anchor module gets used, defending the device against the surface of attacks. We also store important part of the configuration in an encrypted private config file and can be only accessed by the OS itself. This is also the case of secure object storage for our virtual platforms, taking security to the core of implementation. In summary, the Catalyst 8500 platform with trustworthy solutions ensures the confidentiality of the user data, maintains the integrity of the hardware and the software running on the device, and ensures the authenticity of the entire platform. The next important user-friendly aspect is the RFID tags. We do have passive RFID tags on the chassis for all the Catalyst 8500 platform. As you see in the picture, these RFID tags are fitted on the side of the chassis with the help of a screw, and they are passive in nature. They do not need any battery or power to be consumed. They do support ultra high frequency in the range from 860 to 960 megahertz, offers 1 to 4 meters of the distance for scanning purpose, and can be scanned using handheld or static RF scanners There is also a user field in these tags which can be programmed using RFID programmers to have user specific or your environment specific entities programmed in these tags. Next important thing that got enabled with Catalyst 8500 platform is the label tray. Label tray is just a plastic strip that can be pulled out from the front of the chassis. It actually contains the information about the hardware versioning of the platform. Usually we used to paste the hardware label information in the form of a sticker being pasted on the top or on the bottom of the chassis. However, when a platform is mounted in the rack, it becomes really hard to figure out what's really printed on the label being pasted on the top. So this label tray makes it simple. Even if the platform is mounted in a fully loaded rack, you just have to pull this strip out and you're going to get the platform hardware versioning information in the form of barcodes or the QR codes as shown in the picture there to make it easy from operations point of view. Just like the ASR 1000 platforms, which were the predecessors for Catalyst 8500 portfolio, we do have AC and DC power supplies supported on all the three Catalyst 8500 platforms, and they do come up with 1+1 redundancy. As you see, both AC as well as DC power supply get their own fan module which helps cooling the power supply itself. It does not really depend on the chassis cooling assembly or chassis fan array to cool the power supplies. For DC power supply, as you see in the picture, we do have screw type connectors. We do also have fill replaceable fan module for all the Catalyst 8500 platforms. As you see in the picture, it's a 6 fans fan module. Each of those 6 fans get the power sourced by its own power connector. That means even if one of the fan or a couple of the fans out of the 6 from the fan tray are not functioning to the optimum speed, the remaining fans will still keep the chassis cooling. That does help us to achieve N+1 fan redundancy, and just like the ASR1K platform, the fan in the Catalyst 8500 family offers front to back airflow. From the front panel LED point of view, you do have typical LED indicators from chassis stability indications point of view. You do get chassis status LED, the power LED to give hints on the chassis health. You do have major, minor and critical alarms based on the chassis health again and whatever software functions that are provisioned. You do get activity and link LEDs for the out of band Gig 0 management interface also. From the front panel LED point of view, for all the built-in interfaces, the status follows the same nomenclature as that of standard Ethernet port implementation for Cisco product family. When LED is off, the port indicates that it's not even enabled in the software. For the interface, if the LED is in the amber state, it indicates that port is enabled in the software, but there might be a problem with the link. And when the LED is green, the port is enabled in the software as well as the link is working fine. From management flexibility point of view, we do get console in the form of RJ45 port as well as micro USB port. Gig 0, which is a dedicated out of band management interface, which is there on all the Catalyst 8500 platforms, as well as you do have USB 3.0 Type A interfaces for external storage connectivity. On the Catalyst 8500L platform, you also get USB Type-C interface. Overall, we wanted to make sure the design and the ergonomics is following a typical standard from implementation point of view, and part of which Cisco had collaborated with a design firm to make sure the look and feel for all the Catalyst 8500 platforms also follows the ergonomics. The circle pattern hex packing helps us to achieve desired strength as well as equally helping to cool the chassis. We also get the consistent primary color of satin aluminum based textured finish and the rounded frame corners for all the chassis for top, bottom and on the corners with 4 mm radius roundedness. Helps the platforms to be carried easily in the bare hands and there will not be any cuts or wounds. All these are good to know facts, but do bring in the consistency in the platform chassis design. We looked at the user-centric design aspects of the Catalyst 8500 Series H platforms. I wanted to close it with why these platforms are best for the cloud-scale enterprise WAN aggregation. Firstly, they are driven by the powerful data plane in the form of quantum flow processor or x86 driven advanced flow-based distribution. Second important innovation is the data plane forwarding and the hardware and software levels, which enables us to deliver accelerated services and better processing speeds for the features being used. Third, the port flexibility and high-speed connectivity options make them perfect for high-speed multi-cloud access. And last but not the least, the 8500 platforms are equipped with highly scalable control plane for enterprise aggregation use cases. All in all, the Cisco Catalyst 8500 Series H platforms are ready to deliver high-performance WAN aggregation use cases with best-in-class hardware and rich iOS XE software for scalable services. Thank you for your time and allowing me to introduce you to the Catalyst 8500 Series H platforms user-centric designs today. Thank you. Have a nice day.